Dnes tu máme speciální vydání Ambrostaru Ambrostar Plus. V dnešním díle se podíváme na rozhovor s exkluzivním hostem Peterem Freestonem. Peter byl 12 let tajemníkem Freddieho Mercuryho a také se o něj staral. Svými poznatky přispěl i k tvorbě filmu Bohemian Rhapsody, mapující život Freddieho a vznik kapely Queen.
Can I ask you, how did you get there to Ambroziáda?
This was almost as big a surprise as the video. I was invited to come to Brně's opening yesterday at his caverna, and he said, but there's another little thing that maybe you would be interested. It's these young people who they're at a camp, and it's artists, Umělecká, whether this side of the microphone, the other side, everything. And I immediately said yes, because for me, young people are important. The young people of today are the future. They are tomorrow. So if I can give some sort of help, at least then I feel like I'm giving back for the good life, the amazing life that I've had.
That's great, and young people there really are interested in Freddie Mercury and stuff. And we want to ask you, how did you get to know Freddie?
That was another. I was working at the Royal Opera House in London for the Royal Ballet, looking after costumes. The Royal Ballet did a big charity gala, and they wanted someone special, someone different. They had different dancers coming from around the world, but they wanted to do different. And so they asked Freddie to perform, because he was wearing leotards and was wearing ballet shoes in his shows. So Freddie, of course, agreed. He actually performed Crazy Little Thing Called Love and Bohemian Rhapsody, dressed in his clothes, but with the Royal Ballet dancing, lifting him up, moving him around. I met him after the show, and I said to him, and this is the first time we spoke, I said that it was absolutely amazing with his voice, Queen music, and the Royal Ballet. And he was really polite, he was really kind, and you know, he said, no, that's really kind, that's really nice, you've been, you know. And then he said, I've seen you at the Opera House when I've come for rehearsal, what do you do, what's your job? And so I explained, looking after costumes. And that was the end of the conversation. Then a week, 10 days later, someone from Queen management rang up my boss to ask if I would be available to do a 6-week tour with Queen looking after the stage costumes. So that 5 minutes talk with Freddie worked.
This is amazing. And we wanted to ask you, how was the work with Queen?
It was very different. It was non-stop. I mean, the work was 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. But it didn't matter. I was young, so that didn't matter that it was all that time. As I said earlier, in 12 years, I had 2 weeks holiday. But again, that didn't matter to me. My job consisted of living Freddie Mercury's life. I was the one that did everything that we all do. I paid the bills, I answered the telephone, I did all of that sort of thing. I went shopping, cooking, everything, so that he could concentrate on music. So while it was a job, because money went into my bank account every month, it was really just living his life. So I spent 12 years living the most amazing life.
So that job was your life. That's amazing.
That was it. It was. I mean, the job was life.
Yeah. And how did you get to Czech Republic, and why do you live here?
I always have loved classical music. Some friends of mine came here in the year 2000, and they said to me, I have to go to Prague because you can go to a classical concert every night of the week. So I think it was about October, the year 2000, I had 4 days in Prague. And like every foreigner, I just fell in love with the city. With the architecture, with the atmosphere, with everything that was going on. I went home after the 4 days, but there was just something about Prague that I liked. So in March of 2001, I came back. It was for 3 days, that became 4 days, that became 7 days, that became 10 days, and I thought, this is stupid, I have to go back home, I must go home. And I went home, and someone was looking, I wanted to have a bar, so someone was looking for a bar for me. And they said, no, well, we really haven't found anything right. So the next morning, I went back to the airport, I bought a ticket, and I went back to Prague, and that's where I've lived. Well, I lived in Prague, but I've lived in Czech Republic ever since. You see, the thing is, for me, music is important. It is a language that every single person on this earth can understand. And for me, music is important to Czech people. It's part of their makeup, it's part of their being. You go, every village has Slavnostní den, where everybody, from the little children to the grandparents, all go and have a good time. But even the young children know all the words to the old songs. It's still, music is in them. And that's one of the main reasons that I've stayed, because of music.
Yeah, that's amazing, and I agree with you that Prague is amazing. So the last question is, how do you like Brno?
Brno, it's a big city, and I'm not keen on big cities anymore. When I was younger, I believed that without a city there was no life. And that's natural for young people, it's normal. I now live in a village where there's probably more chickens than people, and that's absolutely wonderful. But Brno as a city is good. It's got a lot of culture. It has a good atmosphere. So for a big city, it's okay.
Okay, thank you for this interview. It was really nice to meet you.
No, it's been a pleasure. It's been a real pleasure. I've had a great time here.
Thank you.
Thank you.